Hello again. Welcome back to the LAMDA log. It is week 2, day 4, Thursday, the 30th of July. We're getting close to the end of July, which means it's August, which means that's performance month, which means that's the end of this program, which is the beginning of September, which is then my birthday and my anniversary, and then our showcase, and then the other showcase. Well, then I go home before the second two showcases. So, it's over. Anyway. Speaking about showcase, we had a meeting before class for the UK showcase with Giles Malcolm. Giles is producing our UK showcase, and he's a former D. He graduated, I think, in 2001, or was that Drew? I'm losing track. Anyway, our showcase will be at the Underbelly Boulevard. It's a sick place. It's the center of Soho. It's the best location it could be. It's big enough for two-hander, but it's not too big that you get lost in the space. Toby's our director. Giles has worked with him 9-ish times, and it's all been great. He focuses on characterizations and relationships, showcases to show our acting abilities. The dates are September 23rd and 24th, Wednesday and Thursday. There will be 2 performances. Wednesday, get in at 9 a.m. in the space sharp. Show up at 8:30. Tech starts right away on Wednesday. It'll be a lot of chaos with the M's there as well, but we're less complicated because we don't have a lot of tech. Shows are at 1 p.m. and 2:30 p.m. So depending on which order we go one day we'll go at the 1 p.m. slot. The next day we'll go at the 2:30 p.m. slot, or vice versa. We have studio space from 12 to 4 to play stuff, and to chill out. It'll be like our green room. Excuse me. It's not massive, but it's big enough for everyone. During the M's, we'll either get sent away or we'll sit up at the top. LAMDA sends about 1.2 thousand industry invites, so they've already started. And then we jumped into our Q&A section. So first, find scenes now, which I haven't done. I'll get there. Find a scene that you're casting, that's the kind of work you want to be doing. Resources like Drama Online, LAMDA Library, search parameters. Like you can say, guys, I need 2 dudes doing this or that. Don't do film or screen. Don't do accents. Our showcase will be professionally filmed. You can invite non-industry, but to a limited degree, right? It's not open until the week before. And I mean, the point is for industry people to hire us. Typical numbers, about 45-ish show up per show, give or take. September is a great time to do it because it's right as seasons are changing, but it's like shows have been up for a while and not everyone else is doing their showcase, so they're still looking for new talent and things. It's a good time. Toby is in charge of rehearsal process. So at least 2 1-hour sessions. We'll get maybe 3. Come into first rehearsal memorized and have choices to bring. Modern versus classical, choose modern stuff. You need to have you need an arc for your characters to change during the scenes, 2 to 2.5 minutes. Knock them dead in the first 30 seconds, right? Cut down the scene, put in a joke, or find one with a joke or an interesting theme, something unique. We'll be rehearsing. During rep rehearsals, probably not, but maybe 1. And you'll probably get 1 rehearsal altogether. Submit scenes by August 24th, so not a ton of time, but definitely contemporary, nothing before 1970s. I'm really looking for something like in the 2000s, right? It should be like within the last 20 years. Don't do Shakespeare or Spanish Golden Age, anything like that. New is better, less known is best. Do your best work. What shows you off the best? Don't do a farce, but find comedy stuff. It will be more memorable if it's funny. somebody did a scene from Lemons, 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 which is normally a drama, but it had a funny moment and people remember that. Like, how can you be memorable? How can you stick out? You want the script to flow for British audiences if it's a translation. So it shouldn't feel like a translation. This Don't do something that has been done, that has been produced professionally, or in the last 6 months, right? You don't want them to be comparing you to someone else. Ideally, it's something they've never seen before, but they mostly send their assistants to represent the casting company. So if you're sending an invite, it's good to, like, to a big company, reach out to the associate agent of bigger companies. Because an associate assistant is someone who's just been promoted and has a list of about 5 people, but they're cultivating their list and they're looking for people to represent. To invite people, they'll have to send an email to box office if they want to come see it. Most people want to come. Most people won't come to the Shakespeare shows. That's just kind of for us. Shakespeare is niche and doesn't draw as many audiences or people, but it might help you get jobs in the future. Most people leave after showcase. If they like you, they'll email you. It can take from anywhere from a day to 3 weeks. And it's very unlikely that they get back to you within 4 days. Check your spam. It goes through LAMDA, and a lot of people his year were like missing stuff because it went through spam. Excuse me again. Wake it up. Update my resume. Got to do that. Props and set stuff should be minimal and nothing big, and we're in charge of our own stuff. Wear the right costume for the scene, but once again, don't make it too complicated. What you want from an agent is someone who believes in you and in your potential, and someone who you can really communicate with. Outdoor theater tours are great, and it's something that Giles was able to really find success and have a reoccurring gig with. Make sure agencies are with PMA, which means that they're legit and certified. Reach out to casting directors as well. Okay. But honestly, it's not necessary because the school sends out all, like, everything. So it's not a big thing. And then rehearsal. We jumped into it with good old Lawrence. And shout out this Mindful Blend. That sounds like a sponsorship. Yeah, I wish. Shout out Sandridge. I don't know if I said that yet. My friend who stayed got these. Are good. It's raspberry, orange blossom. It's got like magnesium in it. Hope it changes my life. Anyway, so we started off with classic Shakespeare's Restless World. Item was a black stone mirror for the occult. So something that had been polished, and you could look into it, and I'll tell you more about it, but somebody used it for the occult things. So this society during the Elizabethan England believes in ghosts and are frightened by them. Obsidian polished mirror that this guy, John Dee, could conjure up the images of angels, and he could speak to angels. John Dee used this seeing stone to communicate with does that just say many an angel? With many angels. A Magnus was a scientific magician. John Dee was extremely educated and wanted to control and operate with power. So Elizabeth I took John Dee very seriously. Dee would use optical illusions to entertain the queen. Dee casted horoscopes and also created mechanics to impress audiences, similar to Prospero and Faustus. Shakespeare moved from the outdoor Globe to the indoor Blackfriars Theater, which allowed for stagecraft and tricks with the control of light. John Dee advised the Queen on colonial expansion and other matters. The Tempest was like England's expansion to the Americas. Something interesting is that the obsidian mirror was actually originally an Aztec mirror polished with bat poop. But many people sought out Dr. Dee's advice and connection to the other side. Yeah. And so it was just this thing and kind of introducing the idea of the occult. So something important to remember and to think about is the great chain of being, right? There's it's the natural hierarchy of being. It's God and kings and man and stones, but everything is ranked in that. And if things break the chain of being, then the world goes out of whack. It's important to understand the philosophy and music of the time. An actor should know about humanity, history, philosophy, psychology. We must know all we can of mankind. Read 100 Years of Solitude. Great book. Back into Putting It Up, page 55. Lawrence says, I need to see the obstacle you're overcoming. Physicalize it, embody it. Don't anticipate the problem. You can't act on info that you don't have. Don't bleed the impulses. Find them and clarify them. There needs grounding. Hero doesn't speak because she doesn't get the chance to speak. She's constantly cut off by men and other people. I think entirely men. Then lunch. Then we continued the disgracing scene. Don't let the energy dictate your need to tell this story. Lawrence says that. There is an impulse. Let's see if it can be appropriately expressed in that way, in that way or another. You can't deny your impulses, but they need to be honored in another way. Like you have an impulse to go to somebody, but it's inappropriate for your character to do that, so they could move like they want to, but I can't. So embrace the impulse as an actor, and then as the character, use it the way that fits the scene and the given circumstances. Don't let things be too easy. Endow the words with special meaning and intention. And that's all I got for you today. I hope you have a wonderful lifetime day, whatever it may be. Bye-bye.